I guess. I'm sure I'm not the first person to have thought of that stupid thing, but here we go! Sonic the Hedgehog for the Sega Genesis. The very first Sega Genesis game I'm doing for the channel. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker! Alright, so, before I talk about anything, I understand that some of you probably all got a lot of questions in your head, and yes, there is an explanation, or there's probably several explanations. I am going to be discussing that very soon, but just before I discuss all that, I just want to point out that what you're seeing right here, this has all been recorded. This is a post-commentary, which I originally wanted to do this as a live recording Let's Play with my friend Blake, maybe, and I'll explain the reason for that later on, but this is what's been happening of my activity within the last week. So, some of you might be wondering what exactly is going on. Where is the next part for Final Fantasy VII, Super Mario 64? Hell, you're so close to Mega Man 2. What's the deal? Okay, so the unfortunate thing is that recently, this is I think just before the long weekend, my hard drive, my 2 terabyte hard drive that has got most of my work, my previous work, but also my more recent work, as in it's got my video files, my audio files, and all the other stuff that I've worked with previously, have just decided it just didn't want to actually do its fucking job. It just started having a bit of a hissy fit at one stage, because I think I plugged it in at the wrong... Not that you can actually fuck up a USB port by putting it in the wrong port, but I put it in a different spot that I usually do, and it was just, you know, having a temper tantrum. It wasn't at its favourite spot, and then by the time I tried to react to it, it was a bit too late. It just decided it didn't want to respond as the hard drive, and the more I wanted to tamper it, the computer would ask, do you want to format it? And I know for a fact, fuck no, I don't want to format it, because I would lose everything. So I thought, shit, this is actually pretty serious, because everything... See, I had the whole long weekend, Friday to Monday, planned out. I was going to spend most of it doing editing and thumbnail making. All that work was all dedicated for Final Fantasy VII, Super Mario 64, as well as some of the other games, and even other videos I had planned to actually upload. It's not even Let's Plays. Then that's just gone under the fucking bus because my hard drive decided to have a shit afternoon at that time. Well, I can't remember when. But anyway, so I tried to address the problem myself. I've installed the program EaseUs, as well as countless other programs I can't list and think of at the moment, including CCleaner at a point as well. Because it wasn't recognizing it as the hard drive I've known it to be, it was able to actually see that yes, the data that is in there is still in there. And this is one of the things I probably have slightly regretted, but I could have easily gotten it all back if I'd paid for it. But fuck, you should have seen how much they would have charged just to recover data. But I look back at it now and I'm thinking, well, that's probably as good as prices as I'll get, because, you know, it was after just over $100. I'm thinking, at that time, I thought, fuck that. Why would you pay? Like, I know it's not cheap, but I didn't think, you know, I know you're not going to get it for free, but holy fuck, that's what, $120, something like that, just to pay for data. And to be granted, I think it also varied of the type of file and the size of it, and, you know, these are you know, imports from Premiere Pro of video recordings and audio recordings from, you know, the software. But this is a lot of fucking work that I've actually saved onto this hard drive, and now is completely shit over. So I thought, fuck, I mean, I didn't want to format this, and I was worried that if I don't do it at this moment, then that's it, it's gone. And it held there for a few days, and I thought, wait, I do know some people that actually, they fix computers, they make computers, they may also recover data. So I thought I'd go over to them and see if they could at least see it, and see if it's actually possible to get it back. Not that I was expecting them to actually do get it back, because it's quite a big fucking tall order. So I took it over. Now let me just say that this hard drive is not your simple... well, actually it's funny I say simple, because it's actually a SimpleCon hard drive. It's an external hard drive that doesn't just require a USB port, you also need a PowerPoint adapter to it as well, so it's a lot of fucking shit. And it's one of the ones where it has a on-off switch function as well, so, you know, I guess it's a bit more secure. So I went over to the guys and asked, could you at least have a look at it? Can you see that there is actually stuff in there? And when they've managed to open desk management, they simply said, well, there's nothing there. My fucking heart kind of dropped. I was thinking, oh shit, please tell me that, you know, you're just saying that, but it's still, like, there is still stuff there. From what they can see, well, I'm going to say from the surface of things, there is nothing there. And I swear to God, I'm hoping that that was, again, not the case, because that is most of my more recent stuff that's just been there that me and Blake have done. This is like mostly audio file and recording, because I do have, like, all the recent video recordings I've done, I actually still do have, but I just don't have, I've saved all the audio commentary that we've done or I've done onto that hard drive, and I'm thinking, fuck, if I don't get that shit back, this is going to be extremely awkward. How would I actually settle for this? This is just not how I really wanted to plan this fucking weekend. For me, actually not do anything, so I was at a bit of a hiatus. I thought, fuck, what do I do? Because, like I said, everything was on that hard drive. If I didn't get it back, then this would have been really awkward. You know, would I've actually continued recording of the actual video recording we have, but then do like a post-commentary, like what I'm doing here right now with Sonic. And I thought, I don't know. See, okay, here's the thing. If it was just me, and I knew that if I was in this situation, I would have had to take the fucking big pill and just thought, well, I'm just gonna have to do it all again. But see, I recorded with Blake, and I know for a fact that he's probably not keen on actually having to see the whole fucking game again, because I try and do everything as much as authentic as possible to him see, like, because he's not really exposed to some of the games I've done so far. That was basically what I try and get out of it.